the beast of the northern ice. In the farthest reaches of the frozen world, where the wind howls like a desperate scream and the stars barely flicker through the endless night, there is a creature, a legend whispered among the few brave enough to survive the cold. The beast of the northern ice, they call it. But this is no mere tale to frighten children. No, this beast is real, and it guards the frozen edge of the world itself. For centuries, no one has dared venture beyond the Great Wall of Ice, a towering barrier of frost and snow that marks the boundary of the known world. But in the heart of winter, when the snowstorms rage hardest, some have sought to push past it. They search for glory, treasure, or the answers to questions that mankind was never meant to ask. And when they do, they vanish, gone without a trace, swallowed by the abyss of ice and snow. The last of the seekers, a young adventurer named Aidan, was drawn to this frozen wasteland by the promise of an ancient artifact buried deep within the ice. They say it holds the power to change the world. Driven by ambition, Aidan crossed the treacherous terrain, armed with little more than a map and an unshakable resolve. But as the days turned to weeks, the cold grew harsher, the shadows longer, and the whispers of the wind grew louder, as though warning him to turn back. One night, as he made camp under the twisted shadows of the frost-bitten trees, a chill unlike any he had ever known swept over him. It was more than the cold, it was the weight of something watching, something ancient. The ground trembled beneath his feet, and a growl, deep and guttural, echoed across the icy plain. Aidan's heart pounded in his chest as a massive shape appeared through the swirling snow. Eyes like burning embers pierced through the storm, and the air itself seemed to freeze in terror. The beast, towering, with fur as white as the snow, and claws sharp enough to carve through stone, it stepped forward, its growl filling the air with the promise of death. Aidan knew in that moment that it was not just a guardian, it was the world's final judge, the keeper of the balance between life and death, a force beyond human understanding. Aidan's breath caught in his throat, his legs frozen with fear, but he stood firm. The beast loomed closer, its presence overwhelming, and yet, in its eyes there was something else, a glimmer of ancient wisdom. The beast wasn't just a predator, it was a protector. It wasn't there to kill Aidan, it was there to him from making a mistake that could shatter the very world itself. And then, with a final earth-shaking roar, the beast turned and disappeared into the storm. Aidan stood in stunned silence, knowing the journey he sought was no longer his to take. The creature had given him a choice: heed its warning, or be lost to the frozen abyss forever. As the storm subsided and the silence returned, Aidan began his long trek back home. He had learned that some legends are born of truth, and that some boundaries are not meant to be crossed. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales from the edges of the world. Leave a comment below and help the channel grow.